Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and to all my fellow XRP holders, I just want to say congratulations to you and kudos to you because you understand XRP and the crypto asset class before some of the richest people on the planet will give it more than 5 seconds time. Take a look at this headline from You Today. Fidelity says wealth managers are still trying to understand Bitcoin. And so as I go through this, and by the way, as I record this, it's March 24th. So if you're listening to this on that date or anywhere not too far off into the future, I just want to express a certain idea to you, which is quite simply that you are early to the party and welcome. I first jumped into crypto in November of 2017. And when I did, one of my earliest thoughts before I had done really any research was, oh man, I wish I had known about this sooner. But it did not take long at all for me to realize, no, wait a minute. Yeah, it's always nice to be an earlier once you can see the historical activity that would have made you really wealthy, super duper. But I recognized in very short order, I was early. Even in 2017, I was like, holy hell, I am very, very early. The asset class to that point had been around 7-8 years, whatever it is. That's super early. Like, you're talking about the entire history of an asset class, only that length of time. Oh, so it's either this asset class is going to cease to exist, in which case it functionally doesn't matter, or it's going to be here forever, which is what I firmly believe, in which case we are early to the party in 2017, and even here in 2021, we are early to the party. There are going to be many more market cycles in the future. I mean, we're not even at a point where functionally utility matters to the masses. Think about that. We're still in the phase, even 12 years in, where it looks like the dot-com boom and bust in terms of the way people are buying and selling crypto. It's like, oh, what's that? It's a crypto. There's a coin attached to us, something or other. Take my money. That's just basically what it was with the dot-com boom and bust. What's that? You're a business with a dot-com? Here, take my money, please. Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. And then people got wrecked. There was a bubble and it deflated. And that one never reinflated, not in a hypey type of way. Instead, the market went up substantially over a period of time, and only those businesses that had sound ideas surrounding the internet survive, like Amazon, for example, right? And so you'll eventually see that with the crypto asset class. We're just nowhere near that right now. And so to me, that's exciting and represents opportunity. And that's why I always want to give credit to the people that were here first, because you're going against the grain. Most people still are not willing to jump into this. Now, that said, I will acknowledge that we are reaching this inflection point where if you're a financial advisor, it's starting to get to the point where people are thinking, wait a minute, once they find out, wait, you're not offering any sort of crypto opportunity for your customers. So just as bad as it was and embarrassing as it was to support something like that 5-6 years ago, it's flipping now. Not everybody's quite there yet, but it is the case that for many people, if you're not offering that, you're not well versed on it, you don't know what's going on, you're starting to look like the idiot stick all of a sudden here. And so take a look at this piece here. Mike Durbin, head of Fidelity Institutional, recently told Reuters that wealth management firms were still trying to learn more about Bitcoin while the cryptocurrency is routinely hitting new all-time highs. And here's a quote. They know what they are doing, and more importantly, their end investor base also knows what they are doing, but the vast majority are still in education mode. So think about that. You listening to this video right now on this YouTube channel with a silly ass name, Moon Lambeau. You know more than the vast majority of people that work in the world of finance. I mean, maybe you're brand new, in which case you don't, in which case I just say, welcome, join the party. I'm glad you're here. But, if you've been here for a little while, even if it's just a few months, you know more than people that work in the world of finance, career-wise. That says something, because I've been saying for years, with every single year that passes, I've still continued to say it because I think it was true in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and even now in 2021. I've said that my bet, and this is not financial advice, to be clear. I don't have a financial background, and I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything, to be super clear. But I personally believe that this crypto asset class will outperform every single asset class on the planet, and not by a little bit, by a substantial margin over the course of the next decade. I still believe that to be true, and I'll probably say it in another year from now. We'll see. I always reserve the right to adjust, but there's just so little money in the asset class, and there's so much untapped potential And so you know where the real opportunity is? It's when you see something before it becomes a mainstream opinion. If you believe in something and you spot something and you have conviction about it and you end up being right about that and you invest accordingly, there's an opportunity to make a killing, right? And so it's too late when everybody the world over agrees, yes, of course, it's Bitcoin, it's crypto, it was always going to be here. When the world believes that, then it's too late to get these asymmetrical gains relative to other asset classes, but we're nowhere near that. And XRP is so undervalued to this point. And I'll tell you what, too. If functionally XRP continues to gain traction, if it really does become, in a truly global sense as years pass, the standard in terms of a bridge currency, moving money around the planet, if it truly does, and it's moving trillions of dollars around the planet every single day, the price levels that we're going to see during this market cycle are going to look like nothing. Like whatever the highs end up being, like Blockchain Backer, he talks about, my fellow XRP YouTuber, he talks about a cycle high of anywhere from $10 to $13. Then you've got DIY investing and Leb Crypto, and who else? I feel like there's another one right off my brain that I was talking about. Well, whatever. There's multiple others out there that say that they think XRP really more likely than not is going to go for more like to $20 to $30. And it's just funny to think, given that there's almost no humans on the planet invested already. If it goes to this market cycle, where the hell is it going to go if in the future, crypto continues to be adopted? XRP is the standard means for bridging currencies around the planet. If that all happens, which isn't guaranteed, but if it does, what the hell is XRP going to be worth in the future? Because I'll tell you, if that happens, I personally believe there's going to be all sorts of people investing that really just, they're investing because they're like, oh, it's getting used and I want to diversify into the crypto asset class. Well, might this XRP thing continue to be around since businesses need it to conduct their business models? And so then you'll get that store of value effect. I think that there's going to be a lot of that coming in, but this asset class is just tiny. I mean, you're talking about less than a $2 trillion market cap. Yeah, Bitcoin's over $1 trillion. You got XRP, I don't know what it is as I record this. What is it, like $25 billion or 26, whatever the hell the number is right now. I didn't look before recording. So $26 billion versus $1 trillion for Bitcoin. There's almost no money in XRP. And on top of that, my best estimate is that 0.0026% of humans on the planet have ever held XRP at any point in time since its inception roughly 8 years ago. 0.0026% of humans. And when it ran up to $4, it was more like 0.001%. That's my best guess at this point in time. And it's the fact that it could run up that high with so few humans involved is astonishing. It just makes you wonder, like, what's it going to look like in the future? And so that's why I keep saying, I'm trying to drive home the point that if you were listening to this today, you are here early. You are the early people, okay? It's funny to think, like, I mentioned this in a somewhat recent video. I was like, I've been here since 2017, which means that I've been around for like 25% of the time that Bitcoin and crypto has existed. In terms of percentages, that's pretty big, right? It's just kind of a funny way to look at it, but it is true here. Yeah. So anyway, but the piece continues here. So check this out. And so Durbin, he says that some work still has to be done before investors become comfortable with the technology, talking about cryptocurrencies. And he claims that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are now viewed as alternative investment options. And here's another quote. I think that the growth rate of Bitcoin or digital assets will follow in that wake of broader alternative investments. Yeah, exactly. And so that's exactly how I am indeed looking at this. And this, so again, this I think I mentioned it, but this came from a Reuters piece, which I now have pulled up on the screen here. And they cite here Fidelity. Look at this. So Durbin's comments give a snapshot of interest in cryptocurrencies as Boston-based Fidelity, whose $9.8 trillion in customer assets as of December 31st, make it one of the world's biggest investment managers amid heightened interest in digital assets. And so this thing's just going to keep growing. I don't know what the cycle high is going to be. Or at some point, there will be a top, and because a bubble's forming. And that's fine. I understand that. At some point, it will pop, and there's going to be a massive pullback. But I personally don't think we're anywhere near that. And in fact, you can take a look at this piece from You Today, which kind of speaks to the degree to which that's likely true. We'll see. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm just sharing some stories and what I think about this as my unprofessional opinion. But from You Today, whales and institutions hold onto Bitcoin despite correction. According to recent data from Sentiment Analytics Company, investors at the moment are ignoring the 7% Bitcoin correction and are accumulating Bitcoin to move it off of exchanges. Bitcoin has plunged from the $58,000 zone to $53,765 on Monday, and by now has made a slight recovery to $55,222 level based on U.S. cryptocurrency exchange Kraken. And so here's the tweet from Sentiment. And I do think these are actually some pretty sharp guys. I've seen them talk. Actually, my fellow XRP YouTuber, Crypto Eddie, had a couple of the guys from Sentiment in one of her videos. And they're very well put together. They pretty well know their stuff. And so I was pretty impressed. It was just kind of nice to hear these guys actually talk rather than just see their tweets. But anyway, here's what they tweeted out just the other day. Bitcoin has seen a modest 6.7% price drop in the past 24 hours. However, a promising factor our community is watching is the fact that Bitcoin supply had its largest daily move off exchanges in 6 weeks. USDT supply is conversely at an 18-day high. And so that's actually in line with something I reported in a video yesterday. I highlighted chart analyst Willy Woo, who I think has something like 350,000 followers on Twitter. He's massively followed, very well known in crypto. Doesn't like Ripple and XRP, but whatever, people have their ideology, and I just try and look past that as long as they're not being completely trolly. But he also pointed out, because he does all sorts of analytical work as well, that the crypto, it's basically what Sentiment said. He's like, out of the Bitcoin that is leaving the exchanges, and I think that he cited Coinbase in particular, it's gone to wallets, because you can track this, it's a public blockchain. It went to wallets that historically just hold for the long haul. And so when the price dips and you're selling out of fear, you're selling to people that have stronger hands than you and are not going to sell at a loss. They're not going to emotionally respond. They're just going to hold. And so institutional buyers and accredited investors, generally speaking, and whales also, generally speaking, they're not going to buy and sell the same way that unsophisticated retail speculators do, because the unsophisticated retail speculators are useful idiots. And I don't say that with venom. I just say it because it's kind of a funny way that's accurate to describe what's going on. It's people that are emotionally buying and selling. They FOMO into green candles. Oh my God, that crypto's gone up. I didn't own it before it went up. So now that it's really way higher, I'm going to go buy and get me a little piece of that. And then as soon as it tanks, whatever tanks, they're just go, oh my God, that's way down low. Now I don't want to lose my money. And then they just go ahead and sell the bottom. It's not really an intelligent way to approach stuff, but this is what the useful idiots do. It is. It's just emotion, driving the vehicle instead of fundamentals and logic, right? That's what's going on. It just is. And so for me, it's not that I want this to happen to these people. I don't want anyone to lose money. I'm just observing that this is how humans behave, and then I'm tailoring my positions and behavior accordingly, just being aware of that and not doing what the flock is doing, not being like a lemming running off a cliff one after one. Like I'm not going to do that. And so when you're these people, right now at least, the indications are that it's going to strong hands, and it's just one metric to track that would lead you to think we're nowhere near complete with this particular market cycle, going to go much higher. There are tons of cryptocurrencies that have not taken off yet. And so even jumping into the party now, even if you happen to be new, again, I don't know for sure what's going to happen. There's no way I could, and I'm not making price predictions, but I do suspect even if you're brand new to crypto, and lots of people jump in every day new, even if you're brand new and you came across this video, I suspect it's going to prove to be the case that you're early to the party. Even for this market cycle, because the reason I say that is, yeah, would it have been better 12 months ago to jump in? Of course, prices were lower then. I'm not disputing that. But in terms of for the altcoins in particular, there are so many that are so far from their all-time high. And do we think that this market cycle, altcoins, pick your altcoin, whether it's XRP or Bitcoin Cash or everyone's favorite Ethereum Classic. That is not true. But Ethereum, actually, I do think that'll pump too. I think all of them are going to. But pick your coin. They're so far from their all-time highs. Do you think that when they do hit the all-time high, they're just going to stop there and then go back down? No, I personally don't. I don't know how high it's gonna. I don't know what the peak will be for each one of these coins. I'm just saying I think all-time highs will be hit for all of them, large and mid-cap coins. It's my for fun guess, unprofessional guess, and I believe after that it's gonna smash through that, enter a new realm of price discovery. And I don't know where it's gonna top off, but I'd be willing to bet quite a bit higher than that. So in that way, of looking at this, I still think we're early, but if you want to talk in a broader sense, just what I determine personally to be an undeniable fact that crypto is going to be here forever. Or at least let's word it this way: for as long as the internet exists. Given that is the case, that's my opinion anyway. You are super early. People are going to be trading crypto and purchasing crypto 100 years from now, 200, 300 years from now, unless we made ourselves explode, or like an Armageddon-style asteroid comes in and Bruce Willis can't save us. Like, unless something like that happens, it's going to be here. And so you're that early to the party. And since there's so little money in this asset class right now, and assets that are, just imagine assets that are going to be around another decade, 2, 3 from now, buying them now, the multiplier effect is going to outpace whatever you're going to find on the stock market. That's what I believe. And so when I'm talking about this 10-year time period, where things are going to appreciate faster than in crypto, faster than any other asset class, that's what I'm talking about. And so we'll see what passes. It's really fun to track this. It's really exciting to be in this asset class, and it's risky. I'm not pretending it's not risky. This is the riskiest asset class to be involved with on the entire planet. It's the most volatile. Tons of people lose fortunes doing it because they don't know what the hell they're doing. So just be careful. Inform yourself. Make your own adult decisions. And I'm not going to tell you what to buy or sell or hold, but you better be willing to lose whatever you invest in case it doesn't go the way you think and hope that it should. And that's the way I approach it too. I could lose everything, including everything I invested in XRP. I just don't believe that will happen, but I will be fine if that does happen. Now, on the flip side, if this goes the way I think it's going to go, oh boy. So we shall see. But I'll go ahead and wrap up there. Thank you for stopping by, my friends. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.